Hello. Stuffing balloons are really popular as a sort of gift idea for any occasion really, but particularly for Easter. So I thought I'd take the opportunity just to put one together with a few different ideas that might make a little bit of a change to what you already do. I think it's quite key to prepare all your elements before you inflate your stuffing balloon. So what we've got here is a gift to put in it, just a soft rabbit in this case. Now I've added a little bit of detail from a little daisy. And I've attached a monofilament line, which I'm sure you can't see, but it's here. It's a very fine one, and I've just grabbed a little bit of the fur on the top of his head to make like a little top knot and tied the monofilament around it. And that is to keep him sitting up inside the balloon, because without it he's just going to fall over to one side and look a bit of a mess. So the monofilament will keep him in the right position. I've made a few more daisies. I'm going to need a couple more. So I'll make one now just to illustrate how those are done. Really, really simple. There's a multitude of ways of making little six-petaled flowers, but my particular way suits me. So I've sort of inflated a bit more, I think. So we've got plenty to play with. This is a 160, a Sempertex 160 in fashion pink. Then I've also got them in white and in yellow on this occasion. And basically what I'm going to do is decide how big I want the daisy to be. So say I want the petal to be that long. There. Twist it. Use that first one to measure to create a second bubble there. Twist the knot to push it through to anchor it. And then I'm going to use this to measure another one. So each one of these sausages is a single petal. Twist that into there like that. Then once again measure, twist. And if you're really lucky it'll work out perfectly, but it doesn't happen very often. A little bit longer. I'm not too stressed about getting every petal exactly the same length. As long as they're pretty close, that's good enough. But this certainly is an easy way of doing that. Wrap this end round a few times and then you can deflate the excess. And I do that just by cutting the very end off, because you can then use this bit to attach it to whatever it's going to be attached to. Once you've got this, just pull that down into the centre and twist it through, and do that 3 times. And there's your little pink daisy. It needs a centre. Whatever colour takes your fancy, but I quite like this new honey yellow from Sempertex, so I'm just going to use that. This is a 5-inch one, and I'm blowing a little small, very, very small. Squeeze the air right up into the top of it, twist it round. I'm not going to bother to tie it, because by the time I've pulled it through here and wrapped it around a few times, there's no way the air is going to be escaping from that, so no need to actually tie it. And there we have a little daisy. I've lost the pink. There it is. So make a few of those. I need a collar to sit on top of the balloon, and I'm going to put this bunny head into that collar, so that sits on the top. And I've chosen the colours based on the spots on his ears. So we have Fashion Caribbean Blue, Fashion Future, Fashion Honey Yellow again, and the new Fashion Shamrock Green. And those will go nice and tightly up against the base of your mini shape. Wrap it round a few times, take the tail round lots of times so so it's really firmly attached, and then that's ready to go onto the top of your balloon. Some ribbons, curled ribbons, some confetti. This is really nice confetti. This is from the Amscan Easter range, and it's got green and white tissue circles, but it also has in here some little carrots, lovely little carrots, and some little bunny rabbits. So they will work really well inside. They're not going to make a massive impact, but it's just a little bit of detail. They'll sit in amongst the tissue shred. I'm also going to use some of these, which are honeycomb eggs, also from the Easter range. They come in various colours. I've got a green one and a white one already assembled. I'll just quickly put this peach one together. So peel off the sticky. Really simple to do. I'm going to take the string off first because we don't need that. And then just fold that open and squeeze it, and then repeat for the other side. So it all comes with the sticky already attached. Very, very easy to do, very, very simple, but effective because it adds a nice textural change. So we've got 3 honeycomb eggs to go in, and then I think we'll just have a couple of slightly larger eggs from 5-inch latex. So this is Caribbean blue. We want the knot to be really small and really, really tight. So tie it as close to the balloon as you can. Grab hold of the neck here and put your finger and thumb between the neck and the knot. Pinch fairly tightly and then pull this. And that will tighten the knot really tight and push it firmly against the top of the balloon. And then you can remove that and you've got a very neat and tidy knot on the top. And we'll have a fuchsia coloured one as well. One thing you have got to remember with stuffing balloons is that whatever you want to put inside it has got to be small enough to fit through the opening in the top of your stuffing machine. So don't blow these too big because they'll never go in. Okay, so let's now inflate the balloon itself. There are lots of different stuffing machines on the market. So they all work in a similar kind of way. I've got this one, and I'll be using the 18-inch Sempertex crystal clear stuffer. And the first thing you want to do is to get it on to the top of the machine. We've got one of those things, but I can't get on with that. I would rather do it manually. So that's what I'm going to do. Turn the balloon inside out first. This makes it a little bit easy to get onto the machine, strangely, because you're not worried about it being inside. But it also gives the opportunity for you to take off any residual talc that might be there, which will end up giving you a clearer finish. The balloon will be more clear at the end. Hook it over one side and over the other opposite side, like so. Oops. Yes, hook it over one side there and the other side there. It is always quite a challenge, but there we go. And then take that one out to there. Goodness me, not very strong this morning. That one out to there. And then over to the other side. This one and this one. There we go. And make sure that the lip of the balloon is firmly over the edge of your machine. Right. Then we put this top part onto the bottom part. Make sure it's firmly seated. And then it sits on top of your base here, which is your motor. I've got a foot pedal and it sucks the air through. So that goes on there, and then when we're ready, there we go, and then that can come off of there and we can assemble. Magical things, very clever. We'll start with a piece of yellow tissue inside. And then some green shred. Then I'm going to put the rabbit, so just carefully ease him in through the opening. I need to make sure his legs are facing the right way. Okay, oops, one ear. Now we can add in the rest of the accessories. So the paper eggs can go in and around. The balloon eggs. That was close. Going on about making sure they're small enough, and it very nearly wasn't, but that's okay, that went in there. I want some of the confetti, so we'll throw a reasonable handful of the confetti in, and we've got to have some of these carrots and bunny rabbits as well. So say not a massive impact, you don't sort of immediately see them, but they're just there as added detail. I'm going to also put in another daisy, I think, as I've got some. That can sit there. And then we can close it off. So what you need to do now is to take the rim off these hooks carefully, one at a time. Grab hold of the neck of the balloon, pull on the monofilament just to make sure that rabbit is properly supported, and then we can spin the whole thing, and when it's nice and tight, push down on the top of the balloon, which releases it from the stuffing machine, and there you have it. Tie this off, and then we'll add the cluster with the mini shape. Just pull the neck of the stuffing balloon up through the middle of the cluster, down the other side. That will anchor it nice and tightly. Okay, I'm going to put 3 more daisies. Actually, before I do, I'm being annoyed by the remains of this tail of monofilament, so let's just get rid of that. That's better. I'm going to add in the daisies using the little bit that was left over there. One there. One there. I did wonder about actually sticking these to the outside of the balloon. I think it would look really, really cool, but I'm a little bit worried because obviously this is fairly fragile, being a balloon and all, and if something was physically stuck to the outside of it and it got knocked or something, and then it could quite easily cause the whole thing to burst, and that would be really annoying. So I decided against that. I think we'll just content ourselves with attaching them around the top. Some curled ribbons, pull those through, and I'm going to wrap them all the way around once so that they don't accidentally get pulled out of place. And then we need something to sit it on. So before I take it out of there, I'm just going to create a thing. You could use anything. You could use a floral ring, or a tray with tissue in, or there's just anything to sit it on. But I'm going to make like a little nest out of 260. So I've got 3 fully inflated 260s, 2 in coffee and 1 in the new sunset orange. Twist them together there and just wrap those ends through a couple of times to make sure that they're well secured. And then I'm just going to plait them together, so it's really very, very simple. Just take them, plait them like this. Roll it into a circle of the size that you want. That's probably big enough for the balloon to sit on. And then at that point, twist them again. And then we can attach the ends together. Right, so I'm going to put these ends inside the circle. Those will help to keep it circular, so it won't turn into an egg shape. And these other bits, I think I might leave. They might make a nice little sort of extra detail. In fact, I've just had another idea. I've got one here, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to make another daisy very quickly. So nice and simple, nice and quick, which is fortunate. So we'll just go like that. Don't actually need that this time. Another centre. Then I'm going to attach that onto the end here. Oh, okay, we've now got a 5-petaled one. Never mind. That gives us the base for the balloon to sit on. And there you have an Easter stuffing balloon with lots of interest and a really nice gift inside. Remember to visit the Amscan Decorator Hub, amscan.co.uk, and click on the big button because there's lots more ideas on there. And remember to tag us. Thank you very much. Happy Easter.